covered up, right? And I have these.
This is cool. I never saw this idea.
So technically they can't sting from.
Just New Jersey.
I can tell you that's not true. But I'm really not concerned, right? They're not bothering me. They're not going to sting me. I can touch them. You know, honeybees by general, you know, we're beekeepers. We don't want to get stung any more than you know, right? And the number one question I always get asked when I get in the cage is, how come I'm not getting stung? They're going to defend the hive. That's what they're going to do. If I stand here near them and I walk out next to my hives and I look every day, every once in a while, a sentry will get across and they'll come and get you. No mistake about that. But for the most part, they're really docile. They're not worried about you. They have a job to do, and their job is to survive. Their job is to go out and get nectar. Their job is to go out and get pollen and bring it back, and take care of the hive, and take care of the queen, and raise the young. Okay? So they're not bothering me in here. I put my suit on, didn't plan to today, because I don't have a smoker. Typically, when you're going inside the house, about the bees, you're going to smoke them. What that does is it does two things. They give off a chemical scent. If somebody's in trouble, they give off a chemical and everybody comes to alarm. When you smoke the bees, it covers that and the chemical doesn't get through and everybody remains calm. When you smoke the bees, they also have this natural reaction to go headfirst into the honey that's inside the frames, and they'll take the honey because they think the forest is on fire. And they're going to go out and find a new home if they have to. And if they're going to be out for several days, they know that they're going to need something to eat before they go. Now when they eat honey, it fills their honey pouch, and they can't bend, and they also become very docile, just like you after Thanksgiving dinner. I don't have a smoker today. I have the fuel but not the smoker. I'm going to pull the frames, and that's the reason why I'm fully suited. There are times when we go out there, we may just wear a veil or a sleep shirt and go in and not have a problem. If they get angry with me today, I'm going to button things up and I'll stand here and talk about what's what. But my objective today is I'm going to pull out the frames and show them to you. I'm going to show you three things. There's honey in here. There's brood. The brood is the nest that the bees use, and it's capped off cells that have larvae and eggs and what they're growing for a new hive. Now, some of you have been here and heard me say that this hive was put together for this demonstration. This is a nucleus hive. This is what we do when we pull off a bunch of bees to grow a new nest. Typically, a hive is about this wide and it has 10 frames in it. This one has 5. It's for demonstration only. Okay, so I'm going to actually pull this out now. There is a queen in here. There's 3 types of bees in the bee's nest. There's a regular worker bee, which is what you see flying around. There's the queen. She's bigger, has a longer abdomen, 3/4 to an inch long, and her whole job is to lay eggs and to take care and command the hive. There's only one fertile queen in the entire box until it's time to, the old lady's done, she doesn't have any more, then they'll replace her. They'll grow a new queen. The new queen will come out. She'll live for a while as a daughter, and then she'll go and sting the other queen and dispose of her. Her time is up. Or the old queen will gather up a bunch of bees, and they'll go out and swarm. If you've ever seen that in nature, that's how the bees reproduce. They grow so many bees, and then half to 3/4 of them leave and go up somewhere to find a tree and a place to live. When they're not happy with you, they'll bang off your head, buzz you, but they're okay, they're just checking me out. I have moisture on my head from sweating. They like salt water, so they'll literally land on me and lick me. Alright, so I'm going to go in, and like I said, since I don't have a smoker today, hey Sharon, or Dan, can you? That's where it's lined up tonight. Let me step out so we don't lose any. long as they look good. This break in the action brought to you by Golden Blossom Honey. Where's my okay. Typical box has 3 layers to it. You have the outer cover, which is what this is. This one happens to have insulation. Then you have the inner cover, which is this one. It has a hole for a vent. What I'm going to do is just pry this off. It's already loose. You can see the bees are here. Now if you want to come up here close and take a look, you'll see there's different kinds of bees here. This is an Italian bee. It's mostly yellow. And you'll see this one's the Corneolian because it's darker. There's 2 types of bees in here. I'm going to pull the first frame. Now I want to be gentle here because I don't want to roll the bee, so I'm just going to be soft, methodical, and out I come. There you go. Alright, let me tell you what you see on here. This is a very typical frame of honey and capped brood. Brood is what you'll see where they lay their young, start as an egg, go into the larva stage, and then after the larva stage they cap it off, it becomes a pupa, and eventually emerges as a regular bee. You also note on this frame that up in the corners you'll see this waxy substance. That's capped honey. That's honey for them to consume. And these girls are pretty calm. They're not bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the queen. And in this hive, there is a queen and she is marked. So I'll have a dot on her. And I want to show you something. Look at this. Look at this bee right here. See it? Oh, I just tapped it. You can see all these bees with their hind ends in the air. There's 1 of 2 things they're doing. They're either going after the honey or they're taking care of the young. They got their heads down and they're taking care of what's going on inside. See? Isn't that cool? Huh? You guys see? So I'm going to set these girls aside. And they are girls. Let me see if I see any drones in here, any boys. Don't on that frame. I'm just going to set them right there.
I'll be real careful with these.
Yep, you got to be real careful. So this one looks the same as the other one from my side. It has some capped brood. I don't see the queen here. These are nice bees. They're not worried about me. I'm pulling it out, and they're not going crazy. You'd see them jumping up. Look, they're walking on my hands. They're not worried about it. This one's just a straight up frame.
They work 24/7, or do they stop the rest, or what do they do?
Some bees inside that are, so there's 4 jobs that a bee does. When they first emerge, their job is to take care of the hive. They'll run around and clean the hive up. They'll clean up crumbs. They'll take dead bees out. They'll be undertakers. They'll do whatever is required of them to keep the hive clean and sanitary. After they do that, their second job is to take care of the young. They'll go around and feed the bees whatever is needed, they'll make sure that all the young are taken care of. Those two jobs for those types of bees are 24/7. They might rest on the side, but they work all day long. Then they enter into their third job. Their third job is to receive the honey being brought in from the outside. They'll actually transfer it from one bee to the other, and they'll store it in the frame, or they'll store it in the cell, and then they'll dry it out by flapping their wings until it gets to like 16% moisture, and then they'll cap it off with wax. Once it's capped, the honey is will last. They have honey that came from the pyramids that was still consumable, right? The fourth job that they do, and when they switch to take the honey, the foragers only go out during the day, and they rest, they sleep at night on the sides of the frames or wherever. So the last two jobs, take the honey and store it in the cell, and literally go out and get pollen and go out and get nectar. Those two jobs are day-night. So they switch. They're one of the only insects that do that type of thing. I got two more frames in here, so let's see if we can get lucky. Maybe the queen's hiding down below. There is the queen right here. If you look, you see the one with the white dot right there? That is the queen bee right there. She's wandering around on the cell. See her with the white dot? So what typically you'll look for in the queen is you're looking for a bigger bee, and you're looking for one that has a queen's court. All her attendants will be head in to her almost all the time, making sure that she's fully taken care of.
How's the honey made?
The honey is from nectar out in the world. They go out to the different flowers and they bring it in. As they bring the honey in, they store it in one of their stomachs, and it's mixed with an enzyme called invertase, and it breaks the sugars down into the honey